Hey everyone, in today's video I would like to talk about this Seretide and my asthma. Seretide is a medication usually prescribed to those who have asthma, and this one helps avoid any asthma attacks. Actually, this is called a preventer. It prevents asthma if used properly and used on a regular basis. But like many of those who have asthma, I always tend to forget to use this one. Actually, I only use this before when I feel like an asthma attack is about to happen. And during those times wherein I have asthma, by the time that I feel better, I start to forget about it again. And the next time that I will remember to take this again is when an asthma attack is nearing. That was always the cycle for me, and I even thought that this doesn't work at all. I also have some friends who told me that this Seretide doesn't work for them and it's only this Ventolin that's their go-to. Apparently, we are wrong. What made me to finally believe that this Seretide works is a breath test called expired nitric oxide test, or exhaled nitric oxide tests. It's kind of a breath test wherein they try to measure the amount of nitric oxide in your breath. As to what I understand, our airways got these immune system cells, and once those immune system cells detects that there's an inflammation in our airways, it starts releasing those nitric oxide. And a higher amount of nitric oxide in our breath signifies that there's an inflammation in our airways. And apparently, we asthmatics always have those inflammation. A month after the initial tests, I was asked to come back to the clinic and they performed another tests again. When the results arrived, the doctor asked me if how well I was taking my Seretide, and I confidently said I was taking it regularly. And the doctor pointed out, for someone who's on a regular Seretide, this number here should be lower. And that's the time I was busted. The doctor knows that I haven't been taking my Seretide on a daily basis. During that visit, the doctor told me to take this regularly for my own good. When I get home, I downloaded an app to track my Seretide intake. I use Notion app to keep track of my Seretide intake. So it's just a tick box so that I will know if I took it in the morning and I took it at night. I also added a line in there so that I will know how many sprays left in the counter. During the next visit to the clinic, the doctor was so happy about the result because the number of the nitric oxide, I think, dropped down significantly, which means that I've been taking this on a regular basis. And it means as well that the inflammation was kept to a minimum. What makes this Seretide effective, you may ask, and I just learned this lately. So Seretide contains two main active ingredients, the fluticasone and the salmeterol. The fluticasone is the corticosteroid, which helps to lower down the inflammation. So it takes care of the inflammation in our airways. And the salmeterol is like a lung muscle relaxant so that we can breathe easily. And the reason why I have to take it in the morning and at night, because the effect of salmeterol lasts for 12 hours. That's what I found from the website of the GlaxoSmithKline. If taken on a regular basis, the inflammation in our airways will be kept at check. If the inflammation in our airways is kept to a minimum, the chances of asthma attacks will be low as well. And I think if we always use this Seretide, the use of this Ventolin will be lessened as well because there's no sudden asthma attacks to take care with. By the way, aside from the app on my phone to keep track of my Seretide intake, I also set a recurring alarm in my phone on a daily basis, one in the morning, one at night, to help me, to remind me that it's Seretide time. I also set an alarm in my watch, one in the morning, one at night, so that if ever I miss the alarm from the phone, The watch will vibrate and remind me that it's Seretide time. This is one of my best performance yet, and I hope not much asthma attacks will happen soon. They say there's no cure for asthma, but we can avoid it. So I think it's time to take your Seretide regularly as well and see the result for yourself. Thanks for watching.